Hi, welcome back to the Citizen channel. You're all staying safe and well, and our preview of the upcoming match day 6 at the Etihad, City against Burnley. 3 p.m. kickoff on the 27th of September, yes, and I'm flying off to Turkey on the 28th, so yeah, time to get this in before I go, though I'm up early, so I can't, I'll have to sort of have a couple of pints instead of 4ish, that's my problem, not yours. I'm sure I'll make up for it over the next couple of weeks after that. Right, we'll check out Burnley in this little preview and have a look at the starts of the season. We'll look at a possible Pep's 11. Well, we've got the template at the moment, haven't we? We'll see how anything alters on that, on his Pep's 11. Say last 3 games before Huddersfield, of course, it was unchanged. We'll see. One forced change anyway, isn't there? So we'll have a look at the possible Pep's 11. Check out what the bookies are thinking after that draw at Arsenal. And of course, we'll have Andy Morrison's and my own predictions for this game as well. I'm recording this immediately or the day after the Huddersfield game on the 25th of September. So as far as injuries, etc. concerned, everything is right at that time. Right, before we carry on, guys, give that like button a smash. That'd be wonderful. Subscribe if you've not already done so, and if you do have a hype button on YouTube, some people do, some people don't. You can give us any hype points. It helps the algorithms, helps the channel, helps me, and yeah, just thank you very much, guys, if you can do that for me. And there are other ways of supporting this channel, but we'll talk about that before we go, if you can spare us a minute or two at the end of this preview. Right, yes, let's have a look. Well, the game, as far as I know, is just in the UK, unless you've got sources or you're there at the game. Of course, it's not on any channels. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff. I'm sure there'll be a few this season. So yes, so no options to watch it unless you're abroad. You can watch it nice and easy, or if you're in the UK and you've got VPNs, is it? I don't know what you use anyway. Let's check out Scott Parker's Burnley, shall we? Match days 1 to 5. Yes, it's Spurs 3, Burnley 0. Burnley 2, Sunderland 0. United 3, Burnley 2. They were robbed. Burnley 0, Liverpool 1. They were robbed again. And Burnley 1, Forest 1 last week. And of course, they played on Tuesday night before we played our Carabao Cup game. Bit disappointing for Burnley. They lost at home to Cardiff, but it was a totally changed Burnley team. So it's a bit of a shock. But on reflection, I think Mr. Parker made that many changes. It was entirely possible that would happen. So they had to sacrifice this one, because at the end of the day, it's the league that matters, doesn't it? It's stayed in that Premier League, and it's going to be a tough battle for them, isn't it? I mean, my conclusions, I think the points total is possibly as expected, 5 games in. And of course, the home form is going to be very, very important. Of course, they were unlucky not to get anything against Liverpool in the 4th game. And yeah, unlucky not to get something at Old Trafford as well. So they could have another 2 or 3 points in the bag that they've not got. And a draw at home to Forest. Forest have started okay this season, so that wasn't such a bad result. Coming up after us, they've got Villa away, Leeds at home, Wolves away, Arsenal at home, West Ham away, and Chelsea at home. I expect maximum 6 points. If they can get 5 out of 6, I think they'll be happy. And as far as this season's concerned, they've got to hope and pray they'll find 3 teams worse than them. It's possible. There's some bigger names down there in the bottom 3 at the moment, but I predict 17th to 20th. So they might just stay up by the skin of the teeth, but we'll see. We'll know a little bit more once they've got through those next 6 games and we're sort of a third of the way through the season. But it's going to be a tough battle from this season. And I do expect from this game a reasonably comfortable victory for City, though, with a midweek trip to Monaco, fingers crossed, and a trip to Brentford before the international break. Could Pep possibly still sort of rest a couple of players? Is he going to be too worried about Monaco? Big game, another 3 points will be vital in our Champions League bid for top 8, so we can get seeded, which we failed to do miserably last season. So could he rest a couple of players? So that brings us on to City. Of course, a squad versus Huddersfield. We can't take too much from the starting 11. Trafford, Nunes, Stones, Ake, O'Reilly, Lewis, Nico, Bob, Mukasa, Foden and Savinho. And I don't think we can take too much from the bench as well. Certain key players were left out and off the bench, of course. You had Donnarumma, Diaz, Reinders, Bernardo, Phillips, Braithwaite, Heskey, Mifune and Heskey again. Yes, Jadon and Reagan, is it? The two Heskey brothers. Who deserves another crack? Well, obviously, I think Foden will get another crack. I think he's playing him back into fitness, isn't he? I think that's the idea. Stones and Aki, of course, look very safe against third-tier opposition. Of course, he did. But of course, will O'Reilly get a rest for this one? He's played, is it 4 on the trot he's played now? Yeah, that might be an option for Aki to play against Burnley, but it's Burnley, so perhaps O'Reilly will still be the way to go. We've got one forced change, as I mentioned earlier, and Kusanov, of course, is on the injury list now. So you've either got Lewis or Nunes. I prefer Nunes because away from the youngsters on the bench, I think the guys who played the other night, Gonzalez, Bob, and Savvy, possibly didn't, even though Savvy scored, possibly didn't do enough to get in Pep's starting 11 thoughts for this Burnley game. Check out my player ratings as well, guys, on that Huddersfield game and the story of the game, which will be out soon as well. So the 11 he played for his last 3 games before Huddersfield is possibly still the template for Pep. And as I say, only Kusanov is unfit. So perhaps just one change. As I said, O'Reilly's could possibly be sacrificed, but there's a chance Pep might play him because against Burnley. It's as simple as that. And we've got, as I said, 2 key games to come up after this. But we need to show Burnley respect, of course. Bad back Haaland, that's one of the things, but hopefully he'll be okay. Hopefully he'll be, there's no other sick notes that come, look ready to come back to work yet. So hopefully bad back Haaland will be okay. Before my 11, yeah, let's have a quick look at last season's starting 11 in the corresponding fixture. And it was 2 seasons ago, January 2024, and a surprising number of names still with us, actually. I thought there'd be less, but the City starting 11 against Burnley that day, back in January 2024, Edison, Lewis, Stones, Aki, Gvardiol, Roderick, Nunes, Foden, De Bruyne, Doku and Alvarez. So only three of that 11 no longer with us. You know, if you'd asked me off the top of my head, I would have thought more. And of that 11, perhaps 4 of these will be in Saturday's starting lineup and 8 in the squad. So, yeah, still a fair chunk. So here we go, allowing for any injuries and whatever. I do expect, just one change, a forced change. I think, so I'm going for the last league game against Arsenal. I'm going to just one change from that team. So we're going to go Donnarumma, Nunes to come in, Diaz, Gvardiol, O'Reilly, although Stones and Aki, of course, are knocking on the door for that. Rodri, Foden, Reinders, Bernardo, Haaland and Doku. I don't think Pep's going to make too many problems. As I say, I think he's going to worry about Monaco, but it certainly won't be key on his mind at the moment when approaching this game. So just the one change. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what your thoughts on that are. Predictions. Andy Morrison, of course, who probably wrote this about a month ago, said, I have some great memories of playing against Burnley and once scored a 6-0 win against them. And we have scored a lot of goals and won many games against them over the past 20 years. I think Kyle Walker will get a fantastic reception. He should. From the City fans for the service to the club. And I don't think he'll have a happy return on the pitch. So Moz is going for 3-0. For City against Burnley. You can get 6s generally at the bookies on that, 13-2 with Betfred. I'll go a little bit less. I'll go 2-0. And hopefully we'll batter them 4 or 5-0. But I'll go 2-0. Again, you get 6s or 13-2 at Betfred. Again on 2-0 as well as 3-0 Andy Morrison's prediction. And all the odds, please remember, gamble responsibly when the fun stops. And if you are having problems, just please speak to someone, guys. You know, it's a horrible addiction, of course. If you are addicted to gambling, I've always managed to do it just for fun. I earned a living from it for a year or 2 as well. So yeah, just if you are struggling, please seek help. Some other popular scorelines: 1-0 for City is 8-1, 9-1 with Betfred. 2-1 to City is 9-1, 10-1 with Betfred. And the first time you get a Burnley victory, you get a 1-0 Burnley victory at 40-1, Burnley Claret fans. So fill your boots. As far as the Premier League, yeah, Liverpool are tightening up now. They're evens. You can get 11-10 just if you want to bet against with William Hill. But Arsenal are 15-8, so almost 2-1. City, yeah, eased in a little bit. We're 6-1, 13-2 with Betfred if you still think City can do it. And the opposition, Burnley, well, I won't give you their odds to win the league. Let's not be stupid. But odds to stay up, yeah, so you can get 2-1 or 9-4 at William Hill. So if you're a Burnley fan, you're confident about your boys, yeah, get on that 9-4 at William Hill. And the match odds themselves, City 2-11 on, which is almost what it used to be when we played most Premier League teams. No disrespect there for Burnley particularly. A draw is 13-2 and a Burnley win is 14-1. So Burnley fans, you can Dutch it and fill your boots. There you go. Hope you enjoyed that. Of course, as I said, after the Burnley game, I will be flying out to Turkey. So there's a vlog a day already recorded, scheduled in the thing, and I'll aim for a couple, 2 or 3 vlogs while I'm away. Of course, I'll do a player ratings on the Brentford and Monaco games, which I'm going to miss, of course, while I'm abroad. So keep your eyes open. Still plenty to come up over the channel, of course. As I said, check out those Huddersfield player rating shows, Huddersfield Story of the Game shows that will be available or are available now, depending when you're watching this. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. As I said, if you smash those buttons, wonderful. You want to contact me, you can through YouTube, of course, but there are other ways of doing that as well. And if you want to help support the channel in other ways rather than smashing those buttons, sponsorship, etc., you can do that. And all you ever have to do to find out is keep watching and listening.
Thanks for that, guys. Hope you enjoyed the feature anyway, and please, if you can, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, that'd be wonderful. And if you're not already a subscriber, it'd be great if you could subscribe. It's absolutely free. Also, check out all my social media links. Will be in the description and comments below if you want to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook. We can chat on there and do all things City, of course. Also, if you're into film and TV, don't forget, a lot of this channel is film and TV stuff. I love me film and TV like I do City. So if you're into that, have a look. Or if you know someone who might not be that bothered about the football but likes film and TV, give them a kick in my direction. I'll be very grateful. And special thanks as ever to supporters of the channel. MD6 they've got a little eBay shop selling film and TV memorabilia mainly, including books, magazines, posters, lots of posters, and they do have some City stuff as well that they've purloined off me over time, so there'll be a few bits and pieces, probably more going on as well. So have a look at Piat6505 on eBay. And yes, if you do go onto eBay, and if you're a member, we do have memberships, 99p a month. You get early access to all my vlogs, so as soon as I do them, you get them. Sometimes it could be months before they're published generally, so a lot of the history stuff, so you have access. The membership gives you access to that. It gives you 10% extra off at Piat6505 if you want to buy any of that memorabilia. That's all that you can actually gain that from being a member. And support the channel. That's a great way of supporting the channel, of course, like watching the ads on the original thing that you've seen now, my original feature. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, also, before we go, podcasts. If you like your podcasts, I do a podcast with Mike Long in South Korea. It's called Bolt from the Blue, in our 8th season. Yeah, we've had some good fun on there. We're trying to have a bit of humour, generally look at City's games as and when we play them, have a look back. So please check out that. It's on Soundcloud, Spotify, all good places you get your podcasts from. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed everything about this feature, and you didn't mind me asking you about this at the end. And please, all I ever ask for you is to stay safe, everyone, especially you Blues.